Ah, divine unions. Divine unions are those soul contracts that are here on earth like business contracts. Yes, they are. Just like you can break a business contract, you can break soul contracts. Because when you come here on earth, you have free will. And we're all so excited about the twin flame journeys and finding our divine counterparts. But when you find your divine, truly find your divine counterpart, it is a soul contract. It's a soul contract that you both signed up for before you got here. But now you have contracts here on earth with each other, and you have contracts here on earth with other people. And your contract is like a business deal. And as your business, as your soul contract elevates, as you pass one test and the next test together, it's a whole new level. And this type of soul tie, Pisces, is harder than we think. Why do you think marriages don't last? And sometimes just because you married someone doesn't mean you married your soul, your divine counterpart, right? When you have your divine counterpart, your twin flame, so to speak, sometimes both have done some work before you got together, but sometimes you're doing the work together and you're mirroring each other. And you know what that means? That means that when you look at your divine counterpart and you go, "Ooh, I don't like that about you," you need to go look in the mirror and look at yourself and say, what is it that I saw in my divine counterpart that I didn't like, that reflected back to me who I am? How am I showing up in that way? Honestly, I think the divine counterpart soul contract is the hardest because you have a constant mirror in front of you. You know, your other soul ties, people come in, they don't live with you. Yes, you interact with them, but not every day. So you can take a break from the mirror that they give you, the mirror that they are in your life, and the mirror they can take a break from the mirror that you are in their life. But that divine counterpart that you spend so much time with, that you love so much, that you admired so much when you first got together, is that same divine counterpart that you are maybe now wondering, are they my real divine counterpart? Like, how could that be? How come I didn't see those things about them? Stop and ask, how come you didn't see those things about you? Because they're reflecting to you parts of you, just like you reflect to them parts of them. And you will notice that when you reflect to them who they are, so those are the parts of you maybe that they don't necessarily were not the parts that they were necessarily attracted to, or they didn't realize that it would be an ick for them down the road. Not an ick, but you know what I mean. Like it would be difficult for them down the road, is because they weren't yet seeing those parts of themselves. And so many divine counterparts, when you start seeing those parts of you that you don't like in your divine counterpart, sometimes you'll leave them. But to leave them is almost to leave yourself. Yeah, that's a hard ass truth. That's a really hard truth, and doesn't make it any easier to walk this path together, because as you elevate, and like I mentioned, it's like having a business contract where you're constantly, as you elevate together and you find your abundance and you grow together, Your contract is renegotiated daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, every decade that you spend together. The contract is renegotiated. And you might say, I didn't ask to renegotiate from that for those first 2 years. That renegotiation is inevitable if you're going to grow together. It's a must. It is a must. And as you make a decision that you're going to walk together, because it is a decision. It's a contract. And like I said, those contracts, you can break it. You could say, I don't like what I see and I gotta go, right? But if you decide to continue to walk the path together, there's a lot of abundance together. But there's a lot of growing pains together. Please do tell if anyone out there has experienced the abundance without the pain, without the growing pains. Whether it's you getting to your 9 of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, and doing that work by yourself, eventually reaching that 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups with your divine counterpart, right? And the hardest part is when both of you have not reached the 9 of Pentacles, I was gonna say 9 of Hearts, because I think of the cups as hearts, because I think of emotions when I think of the 9 of Cups. But the 9 of Cups, maybe when you guys got together, you hadn't quite made it there on your own yet. And so there was a lot of work to do. And I feel for so many of you, you are so close. Like you're so close to that 10 of Pentacles. So don't give up. Spirit says, this is for you. But sometimes when the going gets tough, the tough gets going, right? But it's time to stick it out, to make it work, because what's on the other side of that is pure bliss. And not pure bliss in a way that there aren't challenges, but it's pure bliss in a way that you never knew existed, that they never knew existed. And it'll make each level up that you have together even more worth it, because when you get through this level up here, when you make it through that first huge level up together, you know for sure you can make it the rest of the way. This is your initiation to your 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. And as your divine counterpart, you're having this initiation together, which is spiritually absolutely beautiful. May not feel so beautiful here on earth, but it's absolutely beautiful. Surrender. You guys are learning surrender at this point. Surrendering to the other. This is not about bowing down to, but it's about surrendering to the journey together. And I just feel like somebody out there needs to hear that, because you may be on your journey right now, moving along, and you're just like, this is so hard. Like, I know we're supposed to do this together, but damn, this is so hard. Sometimes I wish we didn't have soap operas and love stories and all these fairy tales online, because, you know, it gives us like the wrong picture of what love is supposed to be, what our divine counterpart is supposed to look like, and what that journey is supposed to look like. At the end, it can be that fairy tale. That, don't get me wrong. It will be that fairy tale at the end. But the road to the fairy tale at the end is a road of surrender, a road of grace, of finding grace, a road of temperance, a road of finding temperance and patience with each other, a road of equal give and take, right? Justice, judgment. It's a road of truly learning what it means to love yourself and to love someone else. Six of Cups. It's a road of remembering who you were together in the past, because you most likely have a past life together. And remembering who you're meant to be, not just the past. It's a road of planting seeds together and watching them grow. Planting your own seeds and watching each other's seeds grow, but you're planting those seeds in a way that benefits the whole. I mean, that solo journey is hard enough, right? And now when you add another person into that journey, it's double trouble. It's double the work. Yes, some days it will feel like you're doing the work for two people, because you are. That's why your divine counterparts, sometimes they will feel like they're doing the work for two people, because they are. Watch, 10 of Pentacles in the Chariot. That's the beauty. The 10 of Pentacles in the Chariot is the beauty of remembering. The beauty of doing all that work. Let's get on your horse and move forward together into that fairy tale. Get on that chariot. I think it was Cinderella, wasn't it? He came in on a horse and carriage. Helping each other heal your inner child wounds. And finding and realizing that because you're there to help each other heal those inner child wounds, that you have to be sure not to do things that will trigger those wounds, that will aggravate those wounds. Because you are that close, that this divine union, you're that close that you know the wounds. You're the emperor, he's the empress, or she's the empress. And this 10 of Pentacles is about collecting your abundance from before. It's about 8 of Swords helping each other become unstuck. Having new beginnings. Ace of Wands, you know, the fire, the energy, and I see it, there's a lot of passion and fire between you. But I feel like right now, you could be at the point where, with the Eight of Swords being here, where you're feeling stuck, where you're feeling like, should I keep going? But the Chariot and the Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands is here. You have something, you have a journey or something that you're supposed to do together after you heal each other. That was confirmation. This was just a quick message for, for you, for those of you out there who are thinking that this journey is rough. It is hard, but you're so close. I see it right here in front of me. I feel like you're at that part where you're starting to remember, because you're feeling a little bit stuck, but it's not for long. You're starting to remember who you both were in another lifetime and who you were meant to be together. This is like you are completing a journey together that you started a long time ago. And it's like every time you get like right there, right? Eight of Swords, like, somebody feels stuck. You feel, maybe you start to go back to old ways of thinking, old ways of doing things. And it's not the time. Let me pull one more. Oh, strength. Look at that. The strength. Spirit says Seven of Pentacles and strength. Spirit says you guys have done a lot of work and you're about to be rewarded. So find the strength right now in these final days of these final tests to the new beginning. Ace of Wands, the passion, the new journey. This road this journey that you're about to embark on together. Spirit says find the strength, because it's going, like, part of being on this journey together in this divine partnership is sticking it out. Doing the work, planting the seeds, having the patience. It's ironic because you want everything to happen fast at the beginning, but it's always at the end. Like where you go on the whirlwind, right? Like Cinderella, her story was like everything was so slow. They were dogging her out. They were, giving her a hard time, and then once she did the work, she stayed steadfast, and Prince Charming came to get her. And she went on a whirlwind. And that's all we see. So I hate the fairy tales for that part, because then you don't see the work that they had to do once they got together. But they had a knowing when they saw each other. The six of cups. They remembered each other. They just saw each other and they remembered each other. They had a remembering, even though they were in different classes. He was a prince and she was a housekeeper or whatever. There was a remembering of who they were together and who they were supposed to be in this lifetime. And I'm feeling like this is your journey. I don't mean to romanticize it, but the thing is that doing the work is so unromantic at times. But the Ace of Wands is here, so the passion is there. The Chariot is here. The Ten of Pentacles is here. So all of the fast forward movement and the whirlwind and that passion and that fairy tale feeling, it's there. But it happens as you walk through these periods of being stuck, of helping each other get unstuck to move forward. And you're right there, Pisces. You're right there. Leo could be significant. Sagittarius could be significant. And Spirit wants you to know that when this comes in, this is justice for both of you. You guys were chosen to walk this path together. Support each other, even when the going gets rough. Don't get going. You got to stay together and make it through, because the abundance is on the other side, but the abundance is on the other side together. And sure, you can have each have like your own Nine of Pentacles, right? But the Ten of Pentacles is on the other side together. There's something that you are meant to do together. And with the Strength card here, the Spirit says that you're gonna find the strength. Spirit is right here bringing you, like you're both gonna find the strength to make it through this, but you're gonna find it not through the doing, it's through the surrender. So this is, at the beginning I said there was something about surrendering. Like, you need to surrender to each other. That's that Emperor Empress energy that I'm feeling. And then Wheel of Fortune's at the bottom of the deck here. So once you surrender, the wheel turns. It starts to turn. Things start moving fast. So if you guys are fighting with each other right now, if you're arguing, if you feel tension in the relationship, that tension is that fast forward movement that's about to come. It's your soul that knows that Ten of Pentacles is here, the Wheel of Fortune is here, the Ace of Wands is here, that this new beginning is here, and maybe you're finding a little bit of resistance on both sides. So now, as you surrender, one of you has to start to surrender. So once you surrender, they will surrender also, and in that surrender, you find this new beginning. That Chariot pulls right up and snaps you through into your Ten of Pentacles. All right, Pisces, I hope this message found you well. Hit that like button, subscribe, and drop me a heart emoji if this message resonated with you, and just to show me some love, because as always, I am here showing you love. Let's keep weaving that dream together, and I will see you in the next one. Be good to each other.